Oh my gosh, come on in, fellow pop culture aficionado.
Or our moms.
Hi, moms. Enjoy us on the couples couch. We saved you a seat.
We're Tanner and KB Cunningham, a married couple who dish out hilarious banter and spark interesting conversation.
From the wild world of reality TV and the furthest reaches of the internet, we're here to unpack it all. So grab a snack, settle in, and let's explore the fascinating intersectional world of pop culture. Good morning from the couples couch.
Good morning. Happy Tuesday.
Happy
April 16th.
Tuesday. We're double mic'd up on a Tuesday.
Oh, so true.
Double
Two
mic'd
mics
up.
for the both of us.
2 mics, 1 bricks. Yes.
Yeah. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
Wow. How are you, babe?
I'm pretty good. Yeah, I'm pretty good. It's been a nice morning. Actually, when I woke up, it was raining.
Right.
So like that was peaceful. We don't really get a ton of rain here in Colorado.
No.
But it is the season for rain.
Sure.
So I'm really excited about that. And, Brooks and I went for a nice little walk, even though it was cloudy. Got a little bit of work done already. Yeah, life's good.
Yeah. My morning has been good as well. Not a
like,
lot
I
has
didn't even
happened
ask.
for
I'm
me.
so sorry.
No,
How are you?
That's
I
okay.
didn't ask how your morning was. Nobody cares.
Literally. I'm like, I didn't do much. I'm like, all I've done is really have my coffee, so it's been great.
We shook your curls out.
True. I took my hair out of my bonnet, my silk bonnet, and shook my curls out.
Yeah. I love the silk bonnet.
Yeah, the silk bonnet, the kiss one. If you have a Walmart near you that have a kiss one, delightful. Double lined, you need it.
You do.
Even if you have straight hair, frankly, because it just keeps your hair in place.
It does. White people have been doing it wrong for
their whole lives. And if you don't have a silk pillowcase, okay, it's time.
I feel like, I'll go on like a quick tangent here, but
yeah,
we always like, Black culture really does set the tone for everything.
For sure.
And like, right down to like hair care and like preserving.
Yeah, definitely. And speaking of hair care, you washed your hair last night.
Oh, I washed my hair last night, and guess what, everybody?
What?
It didn't go that good.
Which is why you washed it, because it had already not gone good. So that's a double whammy.
I'm kind of like in a hair. And if you saw our lives, go look. They're not great, like on my hair. I've been like in like a hair rut. I'm in a hair rut, and I was not in a hair rut.
No, your hair was really popping off. What do you think the difference is?
Well, okay, I was just using mousse, and it's getting warmer, so I'm trying to like figure out how to combat the humidity.
Yeah.
And not weigh my hair down.
Right.
And I haven't figured that out yet. And I have some spots that are like incredibly just like coarse and dry and incredibly curly too. But you can't ever see it because they're just always looking dried out. So I think what I'm going to do is rewash my hair again today. I'm going to have Tanner actually like watch over me as I put in some of the mousse, like not the mousse, put in some of the curl cream. Because I put curl cream all over my hair last night. I don't think I need to do that.
You just need to do it in spots, yeah. Because I used to have some curl cream too, because I have some really rough spots, and I would put it just in those dedicated areas. Yeah, like other parts of my hair can't handle it. It just made it look weighted down and like gunky. I don't know. Yeah,
the sides of my hair don't need it. The whole back section of my head and that top just like
could soak it up.
What's this called? Like this,
like the crown of your head?
Yeah, like the crown of my head is just so. It needs a lot.
It just needs some curl cream back there, and that's where you're gonna
concentrate
it. Thank you. Yeah, concentrate that curl cream to the crown of your head.
So after spending 3 hours on my hair yesterday, it looks like dog poop.
It doesn't look that bad, but it's not. It doesn't look as good as it normally does, I will say.
Yeah, it just doesn't look good, and it's it's been really dry. We're changing seasons.
Right.
Like I've been super dry too, like just my skin, like it cannot get enough moisture, and so my hair felt like it was like breaking off. I was just like picking the split ends, and so I was like, I do have to get some like more like deep conditioner. My deep conditioner like leave-in wasn't cutting it, so I got the cream. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, you're right though. We are in such that season of like it's all changing, it's all happening. It's time to. Obviously, you should have already been using moisture, but it's time to probably bring out the heavy duty stuff too.
Yeah, like winter has happened and like that was fine, but like some reason spring I'm just like abnormally dry.
That's so interesting. Yeah, because usually like I find myself most dry in the winter, but
like I'm just eating tons. So yeah, take care of your skin.
Yeah.
Make sure you're drinking enough water. I'm also, I know I'm dehydrated that way, so that's like
a
not helping. Yeah, how much water you drink affects like how supple your skin is. Like
True.
We should know that, but sometimes like doesn't make sense. It also makes sense about like your muscles and them being tight and them hurting.
Yes.
Like,
yeah, I was
you
having
have
like muscle
pain,
cramps the other day because I wasn't drinking enough water.
Yeah, like your muscles are tight and constricted. Like, yeah, it's wild.
Speaking of being in pain, we told I hate to say her name, but if you have like a smart device at your home that starts with an A, Amazon,
Alexis.
Yeah, Alexis. If you have an Alexis, I tried to get her to turn on the lights for us this weekend or something. And about that time, I think you maybe said that you were in pain or something, like you had like hurt yourself. You were doing something in the kitchen. I don't know.
My eyes.
That's what it was.
I was cutting onions.
That's literally what it was. I knew it was something to do in the kitchen, and like, yes.
Because we were both in the kitchen. We were making Vietnamese
pork bowls. Yeah. Well, turkey bowls. But anyways, she was cutting the onions, and I asked her to turn on the lights. About that time, KB says, "Oh my gosh, I'm in so much pain. My eyes hurt." Alexa had the nerve to actually Kourtney Kardashian us. She said, "You're not alone. You're not the only one that's out there suffering. People are dying, Kim." That's like, literally what she said.
That's what it felt like. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I was like, the bots have taken over.
And then I tried to get her to recreate it. And then she was like, if you're in serious need, you need to call emergency services. Like, I'm not the one.
Yeah. She was like, stop asking me these things. You've played me.
No, truly. So she really turned a corner on me. At first, she told me like, she told me I was not alone, like not the only one. Also had a dentist recently tell me that, but you know what? That's a different story for a different day.
It is. That's why you're getting a second opinion.
Facts.
Being a second opinion in May.
Yep, in May. But yeah, that was a little funny moment from the weekend that I forgot to share with the pod.
Yeah, she literally said at the end, please dial for emergency services. I was like, okay, cute. Thank you so much. I was just complaining about my eyes. I didn't know that you had to tell me that.
Just got to cover her bases, you know.
Rude.
Very rude.
Yeah, so that happened.
Some other sad news that you told me about this weekend.
Yeah, this is some sad news. Actually, it wasn't this weekend. It was yesterday.
Okay, fair.
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
Not to be a stickler for
No, I like it. Give me the timeline.
Yeah. No, yesterday we found out that a TikToker that we've referenced on this podcast, we watched like really on a daily basis, like when we're flipping through, had passed away. And that is Kyle Marisa Roth. She was the creator that would be like, you want more? I'll give you more. And like queen of the blind items. Yeah. And her family just posted, her mom posted on LinkedIn saying that they lost Kyle. Yeah. And then her sister posted, which I think her Instagram handle is something hyphen. I'll pull it up later.
Sure.
But she posted also about it, that they lost their sister and they're not sure what had like happened yet, and they're like trying to figure it all out. But I will say is like I'm seeing a lot of speculation on the internet, and that's disgusting.
No, it's horrible. Like
somebody has passed away that was like dearly loved. She had clearly lots of parasocial relationships, but like she had real relationships like in the flesh, in like a family that loved and cared about her, and she was only 36 years old.
Exactly.
So like let's let her rest.
Let her rest. We make jokes
about resting, but no, genuinely we mean it. Like,
no, definitely.
Let her rest. Like let's stop speculating. Let the family mourn and figure out.
No, it's disgusting.
It's like it's nobody else's business.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Just because somebody read to you blind items on the internet and you had a relationship, which is cool.
Yeah,
doesn't mean you get to speculate.
Exactly.
And that's not what we're gonna do.
No, certainly not. No, certainly not. We will not be doing that. But sending all of our thoughts with her family. Like, I can't imagine. And so young and so sad. Like, she was such a light. Like, I love to see her on my mobile device. I know,
you were like, who is that? She makes me laugh. You're like, this is the only person I want my blind items from.
Yeah. I'm like, Duma, ew.
Yeah. No, seriously. Duma, ew. And like, we just loved watching like Kyle's content together. Like, oh my gosh, you want to see what Kyle posted?
Yeah.
And so, because Hannah doesn't get on TikTok.
No.
So, yeah, it's really sad. And like, just what a beautiful light. She was a light to so many things. And she like taught us so much about like Hollywood culture and like what is like actually behind like the walls and the mirror of it all. Like she
made me like kind of question like
she called out like the smoke and mirrors and was like, you know, this means this and this means this. And just like it taught me a lot about like what reality looks like more than what we see.
Right. No, I love that. That's true.
Yeah. So, rest in peace, Kyle.
Yeah.
You will be dearly missed.
Yes. So Monday nights, there's really not a lot on TV.
Which is why I wash my hair.
Which is why we watch.
Because I have VPR tonight.
So not a lot happens, but we were watching Peacock, and there was a commercial for like all of their lineup.
Yeah, like it was like a Bravo lineup.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And a couple weeks ago, it's like so crazy because we were sitting here talking and I was like, have you ever seen the Rachel Zoe project?
Yeah, it's like January, February.
Okay, more than a couple weeks. Thank you.
It's been a couple months. It's a couple weeks.
Okay, that's fair.
We've been so many places.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
done so many things. It's been a couple weeks.
Yeah, and so I was just like, have you ever seen it? And KB's like, no. I'm like, oh my gosh, I loved watching the Rachel Zoe project on E. It was on E. I remember I watched every single episode. Bananas. Like, she would always say the craziest, like, monotone thing, and she'd be like, I die. Like, Rachel Zoe she was like a fashion,
she was a celebrity stylist.
Thank you, a stylist. A celebrity stylist, and dressed like for a lot of red carpets. And so we're sitting there on the couch last night, and we see a commercial for Peacock. It shows us a lineup, and boom, there's Rachel Zoe, because we looked for it.
Yeah. Because, see how I didn't even finish that?
That was great.
Because I was like, we've been talking about her. I was like, that is the Rachel Zoe.
And we had looked for it online and couldn't find it anywhere.
Yeah.
And so now
unless we were going to buy it.
Right.
And I was like, I'm not spending $30 on this right now. You know, no. Like, times are tight. I would love to watch it.
We already have 30 subscription services. Like, it literally doesn't make sense.
Like, I'm not going to buy a thing when we already have Netflix, HBO, Hulu, Peacock, YouTube TV.
Every single one of them.
No, literally. We have access to everything.
Yeah.
So why am I going to buy this?
No, we weren't. And we didn't. And thank goodness, because it's now on Peacock. I don't know if it's the whole thing, but at least season 1.
Well, if it goes on Peacock, I think it'll be on the dark web of Tubi, so everybody can see it because I love Tubi.
True.
We tubing now.
We tubing now, yeah. Get out your tubes. It's summertime. Get on the river, the lazy river, and Tubi.
And Tubi it up. Float away. Come sail away. Come sail away with me.
Yeah,
okay. Back to Rachel Zoe. It was so good. We started it.
We started it. Started episode 1. Cannot stomach Taylor.
Taylor to me was like looking at a company and seeing why it might fall apart.
Yeah.
It was very clear. There was no Taylor was a manager, but she didn't know how to manage.
She did not want to manage. She refused to manage.
She refused to manage, and like she would be like, "This is what I expect," and he's like, "How am I supposed to know this is what you expect when you've never told me what you expect?" This is Brad
Goreski. Love.
Yes, which he is now. He's like extremely successful.
He kind of eclipsed Rachel, low key. Kind of weird.
It is kind of weird.
I think there's beef there, but I don't know. We'll see. Also, the fun thing.
Go for it.
I lost the thought.
My thought. So anyways, I love this time. This time it's like 2008. So we were like juniors, sophomores, like in high school. We were young kids. And like, I just love the times, the fashions of that era. It's just like such a good picture of like, what do the tabloids look like in 2008? Like if you want to go look at Us Magazine or The Sun or The Star from 2008, just turn on the Rachel Zoe project on Peacock. Like, I'm giving them a freaking advertisement right now.
Yeah.
Like, you will literally be guffawed
at like, these looks.
Yeah, at the looks, at the hair. I love Rachel Zoe's hair. Oh, the shoes are horrible. And I remember Kim K wearing these shoes all the time during this time.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember always just thinking, only nasty girls wear shoes like that. Like
literally.
I was a prude then anyway. I was a big prude.
A big prude.
I wore my button up all the way up to my neck, and now literally
multiple button ups underneath, like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I just had the confidence of a slug, but I was also just like, I mean, I was a kid, but also like just never. You were never gonna see that from me.
I remember the fun thing it's the beginning of her brand too. And if you know, like she has a full brand now. So like she's kind of just starting meetings with like companies and like exploring what the Rachel Zoe brand could look like, what it could be. And we think she becomes the new Halston.
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah. She's so 70s vibes like him too. Like she has the shag hair. She loves like the bohemian.
Like if I could get my hair to just like, I need to take that into the hairdresser with my curls. But like, that's what I want my hair to look like.
Yeah.
It's like,
wait, are you going to do the bangs?
Maybe
she does like fringe bangs, I feel.
Well, I mean, like if it was like down like towards my ear, they would have to be like down there
long
because I don't have the face for a bang.
Okay, because you have a very short forehead. It's not that you don't have the face for it. I don't think you have the forehead real estate for a bang.
No, I do. I do have a very nice like face, like symmetry wise. But yeah, I don't have the forehead for a bang.
No, certainly not.
I just say like it's not gonna work.
Nope. Not enough real estate.
Yeah, literally. It's like, hi, ma'am. We can't put a bang because you only have 1 acre on your forehead lot.
Yeah.
And we need at least 3.
Yeah. Your husband, he can support a bang. He has about 5 acres.
Tanner has bangs though, basically.
I do.
Like the way his curls set.
I have a fringe bang at the moment.
I love them so much. No, but I do. I'm thinking about it, and I'm trying to get my hair cut, and I need to text my mom because I'm trying to do it when I'm in town. And I want this girl to cut it that cuts my mom's hair and my sister. So
I bet she could do the Rachel Zoe cut too.
No, she's so cute. And
we'll send her a picture.
I thought maybe she could do it because like she's the cutest. Like,
yeah, true. Well, yeah. So Rachel Zoe has been great. She's very 70s. I love her aesthetic.
And so is the girl that's gonna cut my hair.
Exactly. That's why I think she could really do it.
Yeah. I just need her to get it cut. I'm texting my mom right now.
Okay. Well, you text her. But yeah, we're going to continue to watch the Rachel Zoe project.
And I love that her husband.
Oh, Roger.
They've
been married for like 26 years.
Aren't they still together?
I believe so. 32 years. 32 years.
Yeah, they've been together for a very long time. Like literally as long as like you've been alive.
Yeah, truly.
Like that's so wild to think that they've lived that many lifetimes together because like you change and evolve so much. Like I think about me in my 20s and I'm so glad I didn't marry you in my 20s.
No, same.
Oh my gosh.
And they didn't have kids until later in life, which I also love.
I love that because you know what? Like,
because Rachel was building a brand.
And well, like I love kids, genuinely I do, and it's just not something that like we like want at this moment.
We're building a brand.
And like we're just like taking care of everything else and we're having fun and like life is good. So yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so it was so funny. She was at this vintage store and she bought all this stuff. She bought like, I think she bought a Birkin. She bought this vintage, like gorgeous, like 1970s dress.
And she bought like a Chanel necklace.
And then she was like trying to pretend like she was going to hide it from Roger. She was like, let's put it on the card. Like, so Roger doesn't see it. And she's like, no, I'm just kidding. I'm going to have him come and pick it up for me. I'll send him he'll be here tomorrow to pick it up.
Yeah. And I was like, I love that so much because you know what? Rachel works really hard and I know Roger does too. But he like manages everything. But like she's out in the field, like busting. It's like what I think about, like there are people behind the scenes like moving all the things, and then you have like your mid-level talent that is always like busting their A.
Yeah.
And Rachel gives leadership through busting her A and mid-level talent. Okay. She works her A off to buy the Birkin, buy the bag, buy the things. And you know what? It's probably not as expensive as like a fresh Birkin because she's buying it secondhand. So we say a sustainable queen.
A sustainable queen.
Even though she's like put out millions of merch, but whatever.
Right. Well, and then she had to coach up Taylor to actually manage Brad, which was LOL funny. I don't know. I hope Taylor doesn't last long. I think Brad kind of eclipses her. Hopefully we'll see. But we'll continue to watch.
We'll see what happens. You want to talk about some housewives news?
Well, yeah, yesterday was absolutely unhinged with the amount of housewives news that we got. It was like, here's everything. We gave you nothing all season in all of these shows, but let's give you everything off the shows.
I know. I'm like, are you trying to like tease us? Is this like the start of like, are we like dating? Like what's happening? Yeah. Like we didn't get anything all season and now you're like bringing us back. Is this a situationship? What is happening, Bravo?
Yeah, Bravo. You're really toying with our emotions.
I know. These emotions taking me over.
Yeah.
Speaking of.
Sure.
Crystal is not returning.
Crystal Minkoff is not returning. That's right.
You know what? Okay. Since Crystal Minkoff is not returning, let's talk about it. Okay. First of all, I found Crystal boring.
On the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, if you don't know. But yes, very boring.
Crystal is very boring. Now, did she dress this season? She dressed. I mean, she really like hired a stylist, put her foot in it. Like she looked great. I think Crystal, it was like the most stunning housewife on that cast right now.
Yeah.
And she is the richest. She brought us wealth. She brought us elegance. She brought us class. But in terms of stories, people would literally tie up a messy story in a perfect little bow for Crystal and she wouldn't take the bait.
She wouldn't, and she refused to, and she said, like, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to yell, and that's fine. Like, I respected that wasn't her personality, but there's other ways to, like, go about it, right?
You don't have to yell.
No, certainly, I'm not asking you to yell.
Erica Jane barely yelled all season.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's other ways to go about it, and she just refused to even pick it up and try. She was just like, it's at my doorstep, no thanks.
You know what? I'm thinking about that cast right now in my head, and they're a little whiny.
Beyond
they're kind of
whiny.
And Crystal, I don't think Crystal was like, maybe she shouldn't have said, I'm not going to whine with you.
Right.
Because, like, no offense, Kyle was whining. Kyle was having a hard time. But, like, Kyle just sounded whiny this season. Sutton sounded whiny. Name him. Me.
Right.
Like, they just sounded so whiny. And maybe she was like, I'm not going to be like a whiny lady. But I wish she just would have done something else with it.
True.
Yeah, it was so annoying. And Crystal loves like the biggest problem I had was like Crystal's biggest storyline this season was her brother. And like
Yeah.
that is just, that's dumb. I'm not going to make the storyline about me in my life about in a show about my brother.
No, it doesn't make sense.
Why?
Yeah.
I didn't do like Real Housewives of Brothers in K-pop.
Right, because he was like a K-pop artist.
Yeah, and that's like so cool. Like I'm so happy for him, but like that's not my. I'm sure there's a bunch of kids that want to watch that.
Yeah,
that's
not
for me.
Not certainly.
Maybe they were trying to get younger viewers by bringing up her brother because.
And Crystal was younger than all the housewives, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just weird. I didn't care for that. But Crystal loves being a socialite.
You think? Or she says it?
No, she says it. Like she talks about like I love being social. I have all these friends. She just like lost a 14 size friend group. Like
now she just lost a 6 group friend group. Yeah. So sad for Crystal. What's she gonna do?
Probably sit in her millions.
There. Sit in her Birkins.
Yeah, I would sit in my Birkins. And honestly, I just like don't. Who cares about the people?
Yeah, I won't miss her on that screen.
I have my husband, which he seems questionable to me.
Agreed.
But the Toy Story house is no longer on our show.
No, and I won't miss it. Frankly, I won't.
I won't either.
I won't miss her. Like you said, the only thing she really gave me ever was wealth. And I appreciated that because it was fun to watch, but that was all.
It's part of the criteria, but it's not...
It's not the only thing you need.
No.
And I would rather them be a little less wealthy and be a little more messy.
Erika Jayne.
Well, not even Erika Jayne. I think about like all the other casts too, because the Beverly Hills cast to me is like the most wealthy cast.
Yeah.
Like without a doubt, in my mind, like these ladies have more money than all the other ladies combined.
Yeah. Well, and I'm thinking about that Erika Jayne statement I just made. And it's like, but she started with like immense amount of wealth and we grew to love her like through that. So like, I don't even think that's a fair statement. So look at me calling me on my own BS.
Okay, that's fair.
Like, yeah. Like, because she had like massive amounts of wealth.
When we first saw her. Yeah.
And now like we just like love her and we know her. So there's that. But yeah, I think about the other ladies. Like, I think about, like Salt Lake.
Yeah.
They're not running in wealth.
Potomac, no.
No.
Yeah, New Jersey, no.
No, like there's just like
no.
They're really not. Dallas, no.
Certainly not.
Like there's just
Stephanie Hallman, but that's about it. But she's not even like to the level of like a Beverly Hills person, I don't feel.
I think they are pockets of wealth in that community.
Sure.
But they are not.
They're not the agency.
The agency.
A multi-$100-million brand?
Well, that's Beverly Hills, though.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's what we're talking about. Beverly Hills is like the wealthiest cast, in our opinion.
Sorry, I was still thinking about like other casts. I'm like, Salt Lake, Potomac. I bet they're all like really big pockets of wealth in their community.
But they're not the agency. They're not like Beverly Hills.
Scale.
Yeah, for sure. The scales are tipped.
Yeah, the scales are tipped. Bet that they are the HBSEs of their areas.
Respect. Some other update that we got last night on the Housewives front. Real Housewives star of Miami, Alexia. I did that yesterday too. Mm-hmm. It's just like what I call her. Sorry, girl. Alexia. She was shocked.
Heartbroken.
Didn't even know that the divorce was coming.
She didn't know.
Question mark.
I will take comfort in the fact that my friends and family will be by my side supporting me during this difficult time. And I am praying for better times ahead.
Yeah, I'm just like, is that just a statement that she puts out? Because how are you literally shocked?
Lindsay Hubbard was shocked.
Again, how are you literally shocked?
Exactly.
I'm just like, maybe they are that delulu that they just don't see it coming.
Well, and like sometimes like I have to think that if you're on a show like this and people are like pandering over you all the time.
Yeah.
And like you just, I don't mean it in a bad way, but you maybe get an air about yourself and like just like lose traction with like what's actually going on in reality.
No, I agree.
Like,
I think
is that
that's
like the
probably
whole meta point of reality TV?
I think that's probably 90% of these people's problems.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it seems like Alexia also has that problem.
Yeah. Now I think we'll see on the show. Like I might actually watch this, especially if Gertie's feeling better.
Yeah, true. We might dip our toe back in.
But I'm interested to see like how she handles this and like how she handles it with the ladies, because Alexia is like one of the strongest. I will say all the ladies on the Miami are strong.
Oh, for sure.
Like not one of them isn't like the star of the show. Like every single one of them like give like star energy. Or I'm going to be the star energy.
Truth.
And so yeah, I don't know. I don't know what'll happen, and I'm interested to see how she handles it. Just like how we saw like Lisa deal with the Lenny stuff last year and how that all played out. Like I do think it's like interesting. I hope it's not the Bravo formula, but you know what? Miami already like wrapped like.
True.
Miami wrapped like several weeks ago. They had all that.
They'll pick up cameras, I'm sure.
I don't know, because it's like I wonder if they're already like cameraing or they're about to camera because the reunion was like months ago.
That's true.
So
maybe
we'll see it. Like that would be, I'm sure.
Bravo catch something actually on film instead of a bystander.
Bravo bystanders back up.
Beware.
What's another word? What's a B word for filming?
Oh, no idea. I'll Google it. But
or like Bravo backup cams.
Yeah, they always seem to miss like the pivotal points, and then we have to talk about them, and that's always so frustrating because I'm like, let's just be a podcast at that point.
Let's name them. Kathy Hilton. Name them.
That's Sutton. Oh, Kathy Hilton. Yes, the incidents with Kathy Hilton and Aspen. Sure.
The incidents with Kathy Hilton and Aspen.
The fight in Potomac that just happened.
The fight in Potomac that just happened. Correct.
What else? Had, and like that's the annoying thing. Like bystanders actually had footage
Carl
of
and Lindsay always getting into a fight.
Bystanders actually had footage of it, but Bravo wouldn't pay them for it. Excuse me?
Right. Like, and it was literally all over TikTok and TMZ and everywhere.
Right.
Like, I remember.
And that's what they said. They're like, you've probably seen it. You should have paid for it, Bravo. And so I could have seen it on my screen with the TV show in conjunction. Right. Hello?
Like, come on.
What are we doing?
Y'all could have gotten some funds from Recently Shady.
True.
Her Patreon for listening to Robin's drops.
Yeah, just pull back one of her last checks because she didn't fully perform, like part of her contract. Nope. And then pay for that footage.
Pay for the footage. You can reimburse her later if you want, like a stipend or like a tax write-off for a donation. A donation of funds.
A donation. Yeah, well, hopefully Bravo will pick up their cameras and figure it out. But we got so much Bravo breaking news yesterday. Hopefully they're going to rest and take a break.
I know. Yeah, I was like sweating. And you know what? Tonight we have 2 Bravo shows.
Vanderpump.
We have Vanderpump,
yep.
And we have The Valley. Now, we'll be frank that we haven't even finished last week's The Valley yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm like, probably won't watch.
I was trying to figure out what that noise was. I was like, is that a truck outside?
No, it was me.
I was like, tweaking.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, so that's on the Bravo front. Do you have any other news for us, love?
I do have like one other news, a Ta update, if you will.
Ooh, let's hear.
Taylor off tour.
Taylor off tour.
Yesterday in Chicago, she had like this mural being created of like a QR code. And in the QR code, it had like little TTPDs like all in it. Like you can see like the TTP
to make up the QR code.
Yes. And like when you took the QR code, like, so this is like clearly like advertising for the Torture Reports department coming out.
Sure.
On
Thursday.
Friday at 10 o'clock for us, which is when we'll be listening.
Yeah.
That's coming out and we're going to see what happens. But you know what? When you scan the QR code.
Yeah, that's what I have questions. What happens?
It comes up like error code 321.
Meaning?
I don't know what that means, but that happened again on the day of the Grammys when she was doing these things. And at the same time, she did like this like little launch. Like Taylor loves to give us Easter egg clues. So this Easter egg clue dropped on like Taylor Swift's page or Taylor Nation. I can't remember. And it was like, if you went and typed in this message, like her website had like this error code that came up and it said like error code 321, like when you went to like Taylor Nation, the store. And that happened the same day as the Tortured Poets. We found out about that evening. This drops. We still don't know what it means. But so I don't know.
I mean, hear me out. I'm a Swiftie, but that's a lot of admin. You're having me go to a website, type in a code, and now you're having a QR code. Are you Banksy? Like, what are you doing?
You just typed into the Taylor Swift thing and like an error.
And why Chicago? What's going on in Chicago?
I don't know.
I have questions. I probably won't have any answers.
Great poets that lived in Chicago?
Probably.
Like that's the only thing like that I could think about. She's given us weird little Apple stuff all week. I don't know what's happening.
And this is weird because she's not done any advertising, and then she's going to do this obscure, random Banksy like It's bizarre to me.
It's bizarre, but it's all going to make sense.
Yeah, we'll see.
I've never seen her push a through line if we didn't see like the end of it.
True.
Some people are saying it has something to do with the 2. When they're doing like
the 2, what is that?
2, like she keeps holding up like this 2 hand,
like peace,
and she was like 2 years, like she said that very specifically at the Grammys, and then she's like had this whole double album thing happening the whole time, like since Midnight's come out. It's been like Midnight's releases, and then it's like we got like Speak Now, and then like the clock reset, and then We had midnights, like as the main page on her Instagram again. Like, it was wild. So I don't know what's going to happen. I say that to say it's going to be a wild week.
It's going to be wild. It's going to be May soon.
I'm just not even that. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not that well versed in it. So we'll see.
Yeah. And she's really confusing me. Not you, Taylor.
No, I'm confused trying to tell you about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Silly.
I'm so silly like that. 1, 2, 3. I'm a love drunk kid like that.
So silly like that.
Thank you, Troy. Okay, should we wrap it up, hun?
Let's wrap it up, Buttercup.
All right. Thanks so much for listening to the Couples Couch podcast, where we deliver weekday stories to you in podcast form, but also on YouTube live. We go there. So follow us on YouTube if you're not already. We're also on the Couples Couch podcast on Instagram and TikTok. Thanks so much for listening. We'll see you soon. Love you.
Bye.